In this tutorial, we are going to explore how to place images in a Photoshop project. So I'm thinking about creating a demotivational poster. And the saying that I came up with is patience, because not doing anything about it takes way less effort. So I'm thinking about what image might fit with this. I thought of maybe an hourglass because that's talking about time and patience. But I'm thinking something that's really going to fit with my saying is somebody that's not doing anything. So what I came up with is, I'm just going to look up someone that's bored. I'm going to get on Google and be looking. And the image I really liked was this one. This guy looks like he is way more likely to be quote unquote patient so he doesn't have to do anything than to actually put the effort into making anything happen. So I want to save this image onto my computer first. So I'm going to right click and choose Save Image As, and my downloads is a fine place for this. So I'm just going to save to downloads. So right now, this one saved into my downloads folder. Let's go find it. As instead of a JPEG at the end, it's a WebP, which is not an image file. That's actually a web address file. So there is a workaround to this. I am just going to take a screenshot instead. So I will create my own JPEG of this if I can get here. Gotta get rid of that ad. So to do this on a Mac keyboard, I'm going to hit 3 keys at the same time or just in succession all together. I'm going to hit Command-Shift-4. And that's going to give me these little crosshairs. This way I can just click and drag, and that will create a screenshot that goes either in your desktop or your downloads. You can also hit Command-Shift-3 to take a screenshot of your whole screen. So now that you have saved your image onto your computer, you're going to come up here to File, and you have 3 options for placing images. Your first one is to search Adobe Stock. This is Adobe's kind of library of images you can use in your project. But since we already have an image we want to use, our 2 other options are embedded and linked. An embedded image takes your image and makes what we call a smart object in Photoshop. So that is an image that stays in Photoshop in your project. An image that is linked keeps the information from the file that is on your computer. So that file, if that file is changed in another program, it will update and change in this project. Or if that file gets deleted on your computer, then that image in your project is going to disappear. So we want to choose Place Embedded because we want to turn that into a smart object, an object in your Photoshop document. So we put that screenshot in our desktop. We're going to go find that screenshot and hit Place. And that image is going to be placed in our project. We can move that around. We can shape it. See how right now when I click and drag it keeps the same dimensions. If you want to stretch and squash it, you can hold down Shift and then you can stretch and squash. you can take off shift to keep the dimensions. When you're happy with where it's at, hit enter and it will drop it for you. Now we can't move this around again. If we want to move this around or resize it, we're going to press Command T, and that will give us our anchor points back. Command T is what we call a hotkeys. That is the keys on your keyboard to perform an action. We can also come up here if you're on that image layer. We can go to Edit, and that action is called Free Transform. And you see that Command T is next to it. You can always find the hotkeys for any action next to their name. So you can hit that and it will give you the same thing. Now we want to rename all of our layers so that when we have projects with maybe 30 layers, they're not all named these strange names, so you don't know where to find the layer you're looking for. So to rename this, we just want to double click, and then we might name this one board image and hit enter.